sometimes they're right, and sometimes they're wrong, which is in my case. Sorry, Crunchyroll, Funimation. I still want those sponsorships though, low key. But at this point, like, there's literally no escaping it. You can't escape it at this point. So what's up, guys? It's AAA or Alex's Anime Art, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be doing a video on the journey of being an anime fan, or the journey of anime fandom. And I'm going to pretty much go from beginning, middle to the end, or final phase. And I just want to see if you guys agree with it, if you or see if you guys have gone through similar experiences. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the beginning phase is like, it's kind of like, I call it the it's just a phase. It Hopefully that makes sense, or it's not like it sounds weird, but the it's just a phase is like when you're watching like Pokemon, Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh. You might even have some like Bakugan. You have some Pokemon cards. You might even have like that little Beyblade like ring setup or something like that, or the arena. My dog peed in that, by the way. I just kind of, it's whatever. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh. Never really had like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards or anything like that, but yeah, that's just kind of like that nerdy phase that everyone goes through, and some people come out of it like, when some people say it's just a phase, it's like sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong, which is in my case and my homie's case as well. It was never a phase, and I am always gonna be in here. I'm always gonna be inside the anime fandom. And then it's still a bit of a beginning stage, but you kind of get to a point where you say, okay, some anime are cool, some of them. Dragon Ball Z, the Death Note, maybe Attack on Titan, maybe One Punch Man, maybe that stuff is cool. It's all right. Those are like the good anime, and those are the only ones that are good, and those are the only ones that I'll watch. And a lot of people are within that phase, and a lot of people actually don't ever move out of that phase and just say, oh, I only like these anime. These are the only good anime, and that's not true. They never watched any peak fiction like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Hunter x Hunter, things like that. They say there are only like only certain good anime, but they actually don't know what they're talking about. It's just like, it's a little just like closed-minded. I mean, it's better than people that are hating on anime in general, because I mean, at least they're watching something. They're kind of an anime fan, but like, it's kind of weird because those people also aren't consistent. You notice that there's quality in these animes, so I'm like, why wouldn't there be quality in other animes? Which it just kind of doesn't make sense. At least the people who don't like anime are consistent in saying, oh, I don't like anime, it's not good. At least those people are consistent, but it's just kind of weird, and I just think that's the phase that a lot of people actually never leave, and I think the majority of people are like in that sort of phase, and they never get out of that. And then there's like a middle phase, I think, which is like anime is actually dope, and then you just want to keep watching more and more and more anime. You want to watch anime like more consistently. I remember in like middle school, after I think I watched Naruto first, and I think I watched Death Note. It's kind of hard to remember. Death Note, Attack on Titan, and Naruto, or something like that. And then I watched Fairy Tail, and maybe Kuriko's Basketball after, bro. It's so hard to remember the anime I watched, because I've been watching the anime since like for that's kind of almost about 10 years now. That was like 2013. It's almost 2023. It's 2022. So that's about 9 years that I've been watching anime. It's a long time. So don't blame me for not remembering the anime I started off with, or the anime that I was like really just getting into and watching consistently. But there's also, you find some of those like straw hat sites. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that's just what I'm gonna call. I'm just gonna call them straw hat sites on this video, and you find you find anime on those straw hat sites. You're like, I can keep watching anime for free, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that on the straw hat sites. You feel me? So I'm like, it's kind of like the best option, like the Kiss anime, the Nine anime. Uh, Sorry, Crunchyroll, Funimation. I still want those sponsorships though, low key. But your boy's on a budget sometimes, and that free anime helps. You feel me? But yeah, and it's not, even though this you want to watch more anime and you're interested at this point, it's not necessarily I don't think it's a guaranteed phase. I don't think you're guaranteed to be in here forever. Like, you can get into some anime and start watching anime more consistently, and you might have watched like maybe up to 10, maybe 20 anime or something like that, but you're not guaranteed there because certain things in life get in the way, and there are just like more time constraints on your life as you get older and you start doing some adulting and start doing some adult things, which is understandable. And it definitely makes more sense if anime was never like the main focus of your life, or it's not related to anything you're necessarily like passionate about. Anime is more of a hobby for you. I guess you're more likely to fall out of this phase, but you can still, even if anime is more of a hobby for you, you can still be in here. It's not, I think it's like a 50, I think it's like a 50-50 at this point. Like, you could fall out of not watching anime because of certain things in life, but sometimes you're just like, I'm not, it's whatever. I mean, I got a lot of time, but I still want to watch anime. And like, if you hang in there, I think you're a real one at that point. You're probably gonna get into the final phase, and the final phase is what I call the point of no return phase. It's like when it's pretty much like me, essentially. It's like when anime and manga is essentially like a part of your identity, like your being, like your soul. Like, it's kind of like, it's like, no one, if anyone knows you, it's like they can't mention you without also mentioning anime and manga in the same sentence, or within that same, like if they're talking about you, there's no way it's not gonna be brought up, because that's literally just like a part of you at that point. And especially if you're someone that is more, if you're someone that, like, where it relates to your field, like if you're an animator, or you're an aspiring manga author like myself, or maybe you just want to be the manga writer, or maybe you just want to be the artist, but I'm trying to do a bit of both of that. But like, if anime is like more so like a part of the things that you want to do in the future, you're definitely gonna be in the final phase. Like, at this point, like, there's literally no escaping it. You can't escape it at this point, because like it's related to what you do. But even if it's not related to what you do, like, you can still be in the final phase, because you can start like collecting manga and things like that too. You might have a big sort of collection. I have a few things. It's like, I think it's like a medium sized collection. It could be small compared to some, but like, I'm in there. I'm putting money into the industry. I'm supporting the industry of the things I buy, and like, I really actually like manga. And if you're willing to actually go and put money, invest into the actual source material of the anime, then that kind of shows you're more of a hardcore fan of anime, and you're willing to invest and you're willing to support the industry, which is that just shows your dedication. That just shows your passion for the medium, and I don't think you're ever gonna come out of this phase. I think this is just the point of no return. At this point, like, at the beginning, it's just a phase. It's not a phase at this point. It's definitely not a phase at all, and it's definitely not something that you just liked for a certain period of time and now you don't have time for it, or now you're not as into it. Like, the final phase is the point of no return. Like, at this point, you are never leaving the anime and manga fandom, and you will be a part of it forever. But who knows? Life is crazy and things happen, but I think this is like the almost like 99%, like almost guaranteed you're not leaving. But I think that's where it ends for most manga fans. I think this is where you'll be for the rest of the time. But also, let me know if you guys agree with that, and if those are the actual phases or the things that you went through of anime fandom. That's just something I thought about, and that's kind of the way I experienced it. So yeah, guys, let me know if you agree with that. It's AAA or Alex's Anime Art, and I'm out.